Remember when driving used to feel like freedom? You'd grab your keys, hit the open road, and for a little while, everything else faded away. It wasn't just about going somewhere, it was about the ride. But somewhere along the way, that feeling disappeared. Driving today doesn't feel the same. It's quieter, smoother, and somehow duller. So what happened? What killed the joy of driving? The answer isn't simple, but once you see the full picture, you might never look at your car the same way again. Driving used to be a ritual, something you'd look forward to. You'd wash your car, plan the route, pick the right soundtrack, and head out with a sense of anticipation. There was intimacy to it, just you and the machine, moving in sync. That moment of ignition sparked something inside you. Now, with silent EVs and push-start buttons, even that spark feels muted. People used to brag about their cars, the horsepower, the mods, the engine roar. Car meetups were communities, like rolling art galleries, where everyone displayed a piece of their personality. Driving was expressive. Now, cars are more like appliances, quiet, sterile, and indistinguishable. No soul, no story. Just another box on wheels. And maybe the worst part? We barely even noticed it happening. The thrill wasn't taken from us all at once. It was chipped away, piece by piece. Until one day, we woke up and realized, driving just isn't fun anymore. Part 1. Driving used to be an escape. There was a time when driving was the ultimate escape. No phones buzzing, no GPS barking directions, just you, your car, and a road that stretched beyond the horizon. It was about the music, the scenery, and the sensation of being in control. In the 80-second and 90-second, car culture exploded. People modified their rides, hit the streets at night, and lived for the next drive-in or highway cruise. It wasn't just transportation, it was an identity. And back then, every mile meant something. Back then, weekend drives weren't just about errands, they were an event. Families would pile into the car for a scenic drive, teenagers would cruise around just to feel cool, and every intersection felt like a chance encounter. You didn't even need a destination, just a full tank and a good mixtape. There was a sense of adventure that came with every turn, every stoplight, every empty highway. Movies like The Fast and the Furious, Gone in 60 Seconds, and Bullet made driving look exhilarating because it was. People connected emotionally with their cars, named them, cared for them like friends. Road trips were stories waiting to happen, not chores to be endured. You'd see different landscapes, stop at quirky roadside diners, and create memories with every mile. And perhaps most importantly, driving was a rite of passage. Getting your license wasn't just a legal milestone, it was freedom itself. You could finally leave your neighborhood, escape your routine, and make your own way. That sense of possibility made every drive feel meaningful. It was never just about point A to point B. It was everything in between. Even more than that, driving gave people control over their own narrative. The ability to just get up and go meant new beginnings were always just a drive away. Whether it was escaping a bad day, reconnecting with yourself, or simply soaking in the sunset, driving was therapeutic. It was one of the few rituals in modern life that felt deeply personal. Today, we've lost that connection. Commutes have replaced cruises. Deadlines have replaced detours. And the once joyous ritual of getting behind the wheel now feels more like clocking in. What used to be an adventure has turned into a routine chore, and that shift has changed everything. Part 2. Modern cars are smarter, but less engaging. Today's cars are packed with smart tech, self-parking, auto-braking, voice assistance. It's convenient but takes away the thrill. You're no longer truly driving, you're just along for the ride. The mechanical quirks and raw feedback that made cars feel alive have been replaced by sterile precision. Even steering and suspension systems remove the tactile connection to the road. The car handles everything perfectly, but that perfection is boring. We're losing the emotional bond with our machines. What's more, these systems often interrupt the flow. Lane keep assist nudges you when you want freedom to drift a bit. Emergency braking kicks in when you want to push the limits. The constant interventions turn driving from a pleasure into a task with rules and restrictions, leaving less room for spontaneity. Part 3. The death of manual transmission. Manual transmissions are disappearing, and with them goes a key part of driving culture. Shifting gears manually connected you to the car's rhythm and demanded focus. Automatics are easier and faster, but they can't replicate the joy of being in sync with a machine. Driving stick was a skill and a lifestyle. requiring attention and presence. It made every drive immersive. That culture is fading as fewer people learn to drive manual, losing an important piece of what made driving special. Manual gearboxes also gave drivers a way to express themselves, how they shifted, how they controlled speed and power. It was an art form. Losing manuals means losing that personal signature on every drive, reducing cars to generic boxes on wheels. Part 4. Traffic killed the vibe. Traffic has turned driving from freedom into frustration. Long jams, stop and go, and endless brake lights replace open roads. The joy of movement is lost in congestion, and the stress of daily commutes kills enthusiasm. Even shortcuts get clogged now, and what was once an adventure becomes an endurance test. Cars have become office chairs on wheels, and that shift has drained the passion from driving. The environment contributes. 2. Cities grew faster than their roads, and infrastructure can't keep up. Roadworks, accidents, and bottlenecks create a constant grind. When your time behind the wheel is mostly wasted in traffic, it's no wonder people stop enjoying driving altogether. Part 5. The rise of ride-sharing and delivery culture. Ride-sharing apps mean many don't need to drive themselves anymore. Cars are now tools others use on our behalf, turning drivers into passengers. This shift erodes personal connection and makes cars feel disposable. Delivery culture reinforces this. Things come to you, so spontaneous drives vanish. As we outsource travel, we lose stories and memories tied to driving. The road becomes background noise, not an experience. Additionally, the gig economy means cars are often used as instruments for work, not pleasure. Drivers see their vehicles as tools for income, not for enjoyment. That transactional view further distances us from the joy of driving for its own sake. Part 6. Electric cars. Change the soundtrack. Electric vehicles are quiet, efficient, and futuristic, but they lack the engine's roar that once made driving thrilling. The sound of a revving motor was part of the excitement and feedback that connected driver and machine. EVs glide silently, removing the drama and personality from the drive. Attempts to simulate engine noise fall flat. Without sound, driving feels less alive and more like gliding through space. Sound also serves as a safety and performance cue. Engine noise told drivers how hard the car was working or when to shift gears. Without it, the driving experience loses its dynamic rhythm, turning something visceral into something sterile. Part 7. Overregulation squeezed out the fun. Safety features like lane assist and auto braking save lives but reduce driver control. Modern cars scold you for the smallest mistakes, turning driving into a monitored chore instead of an act of freedom. Strict speed limits and constant surveillance make pushing the car or road feel risky. Enthusiasts face restrictions on mods and loud exhausts. The joy of mastering a machine is overshadowed by rules and regulations. This flood of rules and warnings removes the sense of personal challenge and risk that gave driving its edge. When every move is regulated, it's hard to feel like you're truly in command of the machine. Is driving really dead? Or just sleeping? Driving as we knew it may be fading, but it's not gone forever. The thrill, the freedom, the raw connection between driver and machine still exists deep beneath the layers of convenience and technology. It's waiting for those who refuse to settle for just getting there. Maybe it's time to challenge the norms, ditch the autopilot, ignore the distractions, and find joy in the imperfect, thrilling art of driving again. Whether it's rediscovering manual shifts, seeking out quiet country roads, or simply taking a moment to appreciate your car beyond its function, that spark can be reignited. Because at the end of the day, driving isn't just about transportation. It's about feeling alive. It's about stories, memories, and moments that no app or autonomous system can replace. If we want to bring back the soul of driving, it starts with us. So, if this video hit home or made you think twice about your own time behind the wheel, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below, sharing your favorite driving memory or what you miss most about the road. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our community, because together, we can keep the passion for driving burning bright.